Basketry is basically the art of weaving baskets out of certain parts of plants. But in reality, it is much more. People used the same method to make not only baskets, but also bowls, jars, pitchers, and even furniture. Basketry was already known in ancient Egypt around 3000 BC, but in many places around the world it continued to be a popular pastime well into the 20th century. Of course, basketry is still practiced even today, but it's much more commercialized nowadays. Back then, baskets were often made for personal use. Its popularity can be attributed to the easy access to the raw materials. The only thing you need is the plant itself. In Asia, reed and rattan were very popular. In Europe, that was mostly willow. Basketry also doesn't require many tools nor deep specialization, so any person in the village that learned the craft could do their own baskets. In the countryside, people used baskets for all kinds of reasons. To gather fruits, blackberries for example, to gather potatoes, to serve food to the animals. Interestingly enough, here you can for example spot some kind of pitchers. Now you would think it is actually impossible to carry water in these, but that's not true. You just need to soak the pitcher a little bit and allow the willow to swell, to seal itself, and then you can without any problem carry water in these pitchers. Now people did these baskets by first preparing long and very thin parts of willow, and then you have to soak them in the water, for example in the lake, because otherwise they will break while weaving. So you have to make them flexible by soaking, and then you weave the basket and let it dry, and voila, Bob's your uncle. You have a basket. Interestingly, by adding straw to the mix, you can create a different texture with more of an isolating effect. Here's an example of beehives that you can make with straw. And do you know what that is? This is a very interesting item. These are boots weaved out of straw. But what were they for? When a peasant or a farmer would have to go a long way in the winter on his wagon, he would put these straw boots on his normal shoes and then cover his legs with straw to keep his feet warm and cozy during the ride through the snow. So there you go, basketry was an easy and cheap way to make everyday life handy items for centuries.